Fashion Magazine. It is Cyndi Galley. Today with me, we have the designer and the founder of Glaudi and Couture. Welcome, Johana Hernandez. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here, and I'm just so excited because, I was telling you I work so much that when we were doing our photo shoot for the cover of Fashion Magazine, I was like, wait, I forgot how I looked because I work so much.
Girl, you look so good, and you are a hard worker, and all of your hard work has so paid off.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, in fact, we're here right now interviewing her from her new store, her second store, now in Beverly Hills. How does it feel?
I feel very accomplished. It's definitely a new challenge. Like now, because I'm here now, I'm global.
Yes.
Everyone comes from all over the world to Beverly Hills Rodeo Drive. We're neighbors here, so it's just a new project for sure. And I'm really excited to take on and just to grow, And I feel like if God put me here, it's for a reason. And I hope I'm really excited about what's next for 2020.
Yeah, God has some amazing things for you, for sure. So thank you so much for just sharing and speaking into our audience and to our listeners. So I want to talk about a few things. First of all, everything that you've done is just like we're looking around and we're saying everything is so gorgeous. It just sparkles, and you see the detail of all of your design, the intricacies of it all. When did you know that you wanted to be a designer?
For me, it came. I always had it in me because my parents, they used to work in factories sewing, and my mom made me dresses, and my aunt and my grandmother did also. So I always was. It was probably always something that I had in my lifestyle. But getting dresses made, my mom measuring me, I'm drawing little dresses. But I never knew this was a career.
Wow.
Because my parents are just regular jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, lower than minimum wage for sure. They're just sewers. So at when I went to FITM at 19, right after high school, and I had a passion for making women feel beautiful, and it just kind of happened. God gave me that opportunity where it was supposed to be an internship. I got hired as a head designer, and then from there I tried to not start as an assistant again, and I couldn't. God would put me as a designer.
Wow.
So until now, I have my own business now for 9 years, and it was all it's a God thing. It's a total God thing.
So you launched Glaudi 9 years ago? Wow. And 9 years later, you just opened your second shop in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So I launched in 2011. So would that be 9 years or 8 years?
That would be 8 years.
Okay, 8 years.
Yeah. Okay. Still, wow, that's amazing. Well, congratulations. And it was so exciting to be a part of your ribbon cutting ceremony. I mean, that was a lot of fun. And just to see the hand of God on you and your store, and just seeing how really you have truly impacted the lives of so many of the women that were here celebrating your special day. It was so wonderful. They all said the same thing. It was not one person had anything negative to say about you.
Thank you.
Because of who you are. And I really believe that emanates from the inside out.
Yeah.
Because you really do, you love, because you love the love that you have for the Lord.
Thank you.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your relationship with God and how it has helped you be where you are today and who you are today?
So I'm super close to Jesus, like super duper, it's crazy. But at the same time, it's a relationship. So it's sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, sometimes it's
sure.
I don't think it's ever non-existent for sure.
Yeah.
So I feel I'm always talking to him, but I feel like I'm not a religious person. So the way I speak to him is just every day. I don't go in prayer for 2 hours and not get out of my house and stuff like that. But I just talk to him every day and all the time. So for me, the relationship with God is he's my best friend.
I love that.
My dad, you know?
Yeah.
And
maybe your husband even for a little bit.
It's so weird how people say he's my husband. That's the part where I think I'm having a challenge with for God to be my husband. That's weird. I just think everyone says that. I'm just I don't know. That's my dad. I do not want to marry my dad. But I guess I need to get to that part because they do say we're the bride. The real church is the bride of Christ. So I don't know. The husband part is complicated, but he's giving me everything. Everything I put my heart and mind into, it comes true all the time. I love that. Yeah. And I think it's because I follow the commandments. I try to follow them as much as I can. Yes. I mean, I sin too, and I'm damn it, why did I do that? But I think I always try to be honest and loving and kind to people, and I have a lot of integrity.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And you have a strong work ethic too.
Yeah, I got it from my parents because they worked like 3 jobs when I was a kid.
Wow.
And we never had anything missing for us. So I'm just like, I want to do that too. And it's good, but it's bad sometimes, I think. Yeah. You know? Because I feel like we're so into this fashion world, and then like I was telling you yesterday, I went to a city called Corona, and life is different out there, right? Yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I live in the bubble, you know? Like I'm here in Beverly Hills in LA with this bougie life, and then out there's like this calm, peaceful life that I don't even see because I'm like in this fashion world, you know?
Yes. So talk to me now that we're talking about fashion. You just came back from Paris Fashion Week. Congratulations. Yeah. Now, what year was that for you?
That was amazing. So I went back. I've been doing 4 seasons now.
Okay, wow.
At the Ritz Paris, and that was a dream come true. I'm the first Salvadorian to ever show in Paris. So I'm the history of that country, and I'm one of the only Latinas that shows there too. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm opening doors like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. Yes. Literally, not from opening the store here to that. And I want my brand to be for everyone. You know, I named it Glaudi after my mom to show that it came from hard work. It's not just me saying I want to be a designer and make pretty dresses. Like I want to provide jobs. I want to open doors for more people to see that. And honestly, today I was thinking like Latinos are the best, or the people of diversity, like the what is it called? How do people say it? I think like people of color are the best in sewing, you know, here in the United States, and they don't get highlighted. Wow. And I'm just like, hello, people, like let's get it together, like that's like, you know, I need to show off how talented we are. Amen. And I feel like they're always in the factory sewing, no one knows, and people get the credit for them, like designers, and I'm just like, no, I want to show that, you know, I came from a sewer, you know, like these people are so talented, and I want to show that, you know.
I love that. That's so good. What would you say to somebody who, you know, maybe they have a desire a little bit to design or, to design or to sew, but they don't, you know, they don't even know where to start? What would be the first thing that you would have them do?
I think they just need to start, and just to start where they are, and stop being in their head, and just do it. Yeah. And then just show it on Instagram, dress your family members. It starts with the people around you. Stop trying to be going to Paris right now. Instead, just focus on now, because it'll come. Like, it took me 15 years to get to Paris, you know?
Yes.
So I think it'll come.
Yeah, I totally agree. Very good. And then what would you say to somebody just, you know, they have dreams in their heart? It's probably the same principle. They have dreams in their heart. Maybe they don't want to be a designer, but they have a heart to be a photographer or be a singer, or maybe they want to be like a speaker or a teacher or an author. What would you say to that person also if they're, you know, they're just afraid to fail? Sometimes we do have those fears, and it's like, I don't want to fail, and so I don't know that I want to do it. So people sometimes play it safe.
Oh my gosh, that is so good that you're sharing that, because right now I was telling you that this morning my dog passed away. I had to put him to sleep because he's older, and I told my brother, like, I don't want any pets anymore, like, and then he told me, Johana, don't say that, like, if you never had pets, you would never experience love. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so true. So it's either you decide to become like Frozen, not the movie, but like just Frozen with your heart, and like not do anything, not experience anything, and then, or you do it. Like, I get rejected all the time. I get looked at all the time, but I have like this confidence that God gives me that I can do it. And I'm just like, oh, brush it off. You know, I'm fabulous. You know, so like, and it's not about being conceited, it's just being confident. So you know that maybe your designs are not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to like you, but you're going to find the niche. Like, my niche is that woman who's fabulous, who's not afraid to shine, who's like extra, and she wants to feel good. She feels confident. Because a woman who's not confident is going to feel like my dresses overpower her. But a woman who feels great about herself or wants to feel that way, she's going to want to wear a Glaudi dress to make her feel fabulous. You know?
I want to wear a Glaudi dress.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a special person. Yeah. So I design evening gowns and bridal party dresses. So now that I'm here in Beverly Hills, I want to start doing more cocktail dresses. Okay. Like everyday dresses. This way, like, women are able to wear them, because I know not everyone has a gala to go to, a gala or wedding to go to. Yeah, but I'm really excited what the future holds. Yeah, so going back to your question, I think definitely just do it.
Yes, just do it. Is there anything that you would like to leave with our... Well, actually, let me jump to one thing before we wrap it up, because you actually got a really huge break on Fashion Star. Mm-hmm. Talk to us a little bit about what that was all about.
Yeah, so in 2013, I was on the show Fashion Star. I was in 145 countries. I was mentored by Nicole Richie, Jessica Simpson, John Varvatos. I remember my friend Ernesto told me, "Oh my gosh, Joanna, you'd be so great for this show." And I was like, I don't want to be in reality shows. That's drama, because my life is very peaceful. And then he's like, "No, it's not drama. You get to sell your collection to Saks, Macy's, and Express, or on The Nation, and you get to win prizes and all these things." And I'm like, okay, this sounds good. Mm-hmm. So I was in China at the time. Then I went to San Francisco.
Wow.
And when I remember going there, I literally had no time to do my application, so I did it. I didn't sleep all night. And then I got there, and I was, like, dying. And at the time, I was dressed like Lady Gaga, because I was really into her. Yeah. So I was dressed crazy. And I remember I couldn't find a taxi, so I ended up getting, like, a town car to, like, drop me off. So people thought I was, like, someone
already
like,
arrived.
Diva. Yeah, they were like, "Oh my gosh!" The reporters came to me like asking me questions, and I was working for another company, so I was like, "Do not ask me questions. My company can know I'm here," you know. And I was like a total celebrity without wanting to be one. It was funny. I was trying to hide from the camera, but the point of the story is that when I got there, I saw all the other designers, and I'm like, I don't think I'll be in the show, because these people are very beautiful. Like, they're, like, model looking. This girl's, like, designing bikinis with a six-pack, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm, like, a size 16. So then I don't know where I sat in line. I had my little portfolio and my dresses, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just give it a try. They gave you 3 minutes to talk, and it was literally, like, the Holocaust in there, because it was dark, and it was, like, tables, and all the designers were there. And I remember God just gives me favor. As soon as I started speaking, all the producers came to me. They hurtled around me. They started me asking more questions.
There you go.
And I was dressed like, I was being myself.
Yes.
I was just myself.
Woo, I love that.
And I made it to the show, and they only chose 11 designers around the nation, and they cast it all over the country.
Very cool.
It's one of my most proudest moments, and I won. I sold to all the department stores. I wanted.
Wow.
Yeah, and I also won the Fiat Design Challenge, so I got a special edition Gucci Fiat, and literally that car is parked outside, so it's real. And now it's a collectible, so hopefully I have it for the rest of my life.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I had no idea. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is years later, but congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like everything I put my mind into just happened. Yeah. You know? And I just want to tell people, like, if you believe, you'll get it. Like, God says, seek and you shall find, you know? And knocking, the door will be open. So I think we definitely, like, I opened at least doors are open, because I work now that I'm like here. I'm like, I worked a lot. I can't give up now, because what seems to happen in my life is that I get tired. So I'm like running, and I'm about to make it to the most successful moment in my life, and I quit. You know, like in that competition, I was in a point where I wasn't as confident as now, and I was winning every episode, but there was a time where I was just like, this is not for me.
Wow.
Like, I quit, you know, but I didn't quit the thing, but mentally.
Yes.
And now I'm learning, like, Joanna, you're almost there. Like, don't quit.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. And you know what? I really appreciate your, like, it's all inclusive. Like, you want this for everybody, and you realize that it may not be for everyone, but your heart is to include everybody. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. There's something very special, and that's very unique. Is there anything you would like to leave our readers and our listeners? You know, you're featured in our love issue.
Yes. Let's talk about love.
Let's talk about love a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's talk about love. It's always good to talk about love, because I don't get to talk about love in my other interviews, you know, because yours is like faith-based, that's why I love Fashion Magazine, because the other ones are just about my career. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to talk about my personal life too, you know?
Yes, because you have one.
Yeah. So what should I talk about love?
Okay. So, have you ever had your heart broken?
Oh, girlfriend, just recently.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I think, again, to that story of my brother and the dog. Yeah. My dog. When my brother said, "Joanna, you don't want to pet again," but then what? You don't want to experience love. You know. So that really resonated to my whole life. Because recently I got dumped not only once but twice by the same person, and I honestly feel like very peaceful. Like I feel like that was meant to happen. Like I'm glad he did it, because I couldn't do it myself. And and you know, I gave him to God. And I'm like, God bless him. You know, he's a very handsome, talented man. Yeah. But the point is that I was like, I'm glad I experienced it, because I was able to experience love, and I was able to know that, oh my gosh, my heart could love again. Yeah, because I was in a very long relationship, like 7 years ago. So these past 7 years I've dated, but very, like, nothing has lasted, you know, a very long time. But getting to know this person for a couple years, it was really nice to experience that again. Yeah. So now I'm just excited. Honestly, after that experience, I'm kind of excited to just, like, fall in love with myself again.
Yeah.
And, like, do me.
That's important.
And, like, just just praise God and do what I love and be passionate and just not. I feel like sometimes when you date the wrong people, you forget who you are.
Yes.
And you start, like, dumbing yourself down to meet their standards.
Yes.
And I don't want to do that anymore. I was like, I'm 33 years old.
Yes.
Like, I am Johana Hernandez. Like, I built this for a long time. Like, I'm a woman who travels, who has a business, and I need to find someone who appreciates that and loves me. And I'm size 16 now. Like, like, this is my dress size. So, like, I want a man who wants a girl who's, like, plus size too.
Yes.
Like, I need to really find, I think right now I need to fall in love with Jesus. And I feel very passionate about being here in Beverly Hills. And I think love will come.
Yes.
I trust God he'll bring the right person now.
Yes.
I feel like before I didn't.
Yeah.
Before I was trying to do it on my own.
Yeah.
So all the relationships weren't working because I was forcing. I was like, what are we?
Yeah.
And I was like, I shouldn't be asking that question in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to ask. Well, this has been wonderful. And we had some conversation before, just even talking about what you just mentioned, like not settling. I think a lot of times a lot of women that I know are willing to settle, but it's like you have a pretty high bar.
And that's the part where it gets difficult, I think, because I think for me, like, I see other women and I'm like, okay, I see my parents too, and I'm just like, okay, like, I think you do need to settle, but like not in the way where you're with someone you don't love.
Yes.
But I do think there's a point in your life maybe where you decide, okay, this is the person, this is what I'm going to do, And I thought I found that person. Obviously I didn't, so I'm still single. But I think like, I think like also you need to fall in love with the person's heart. Yeah. Because if you feel like you're going to, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's no such thing as a perfect person. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has issues. So for me, like, I'm just ready. I have so much love right now to give. Yeah. So like, I mean, the man I dated before wasn't perfect, but to me, he was. To a person, it'll be like, oh my gosh, hot mess, run. But I was like, no, to me, it was. So like, I think there's a imperfect person for everyone.
Yeah. So because we're all imperfect.
Yeah. So I think like, I don't want to, I think like, for me, it's so important to have a man of God. Yes. And I don't know why I attract guys that are not Christian that much. I mean, they're Christian, but like not on fire for Jesus. And I'm always thinking like, God, what are you trying to do? But now I'm just going to trust him because I feel like when I read the Bible, everyone that he's worked on has been flawed people, has been people that are a hot mess. Yes. And then, I mean, I'm a hot mess too. So how am I expecting someone that's like perfect and godly when I need to work on myself to become that person that I want to date? So I'm learning a lot, and I feel like this year I definitely have humbled myself, and I think it's important to get dumped because it humbles you and it teaches you to like what you want and what you don't want. Yeah. And it's so good for your heart to be broken because then you won't appreciate love. I think. I'm just saying. Because I feel like before when my heart wasn't broken, like I was such a diva. I was like, oh, my world is so beautiful and perfect. And then when I got dumped, I was like, oh my gosh, like this hurts. Like I didn't know. And it's like a disease where it's not even a disease. It's like you feel sick, but it's in the heart. So you can go to the doctor and fix it. It's like only Jesus could fix it,
Yeah.
So I know it sounds funny, but it's actually a good thing to get your heart broken, for sure.
Learning for sure. We all learn from, the failures, whether it's a relationship or, anything in business or, anything else. So is there anything else that you would want to leave with our listeners before we bid adieu?
I think just talking about now back to business is that the only way for us to grow is to support small business owners. So like I'm a small business owner. So like it's great to like, to share our photos and everything and like us on social media. But come shop with us. Yes. Come get, your wedding dress with Glaudi. Yes. Your quinceañera dress, your prom dress, an evening gown, a cocktail dress, any kind of special
or like
dress.
This dress you're wearing.
Yeah. So like
gorgeous.
It's just really important to support small businesses because without all of you, we can't survive. And I think thanks to everyone, I've been able to open my second store. But that continues, and I know that a lot of people are proud of me because I'm opening I'm Beverly Hills, and I came from small beginnings and. I think I can't continue doing this without the support of everyone to come shop with us. And,
that's so good.
And love our dresses. And remember that we make them to all sizes. So
yes.
we're here for everyone.
Okay, and tell us where can we find you online? You are GlaudiCollection.com.
Online you can find me at GlaudiCollection.com.
Okay.
On Instagram at Glaudi by Johana Hernandez and at Glaudi Bridal. And then I have a ministry. It's called God is Fab on Instagram.
Love that.
So I just like share how to empower yourself through Jesus.
Yes, girl, I'm all about it.
and yeah, you can just follow me there, and I'll follow you guys back.
Yes. Well, we will follow you.
Follow for follow.
And we follow you because you follow Jesus.
Yes. Thank you. And then I always put God first in everything, so you'll see that it's very refreshing. Yeah. And I don't see designers doing that. So for me, I'm just like, Jesus, I'm here for you. I'm like your number one cheerleader.
Yeah. Know? And that's how we feel even about the magazine. I tell the team we're different. We're not Vogue, we're in InStyle, but we have something different.
And I haven't seen
give.
A magazine like yours
and
before.
It's the light. He's the light.
Yeah, so I'm so proud to be on the cover.
Oh my goodness, we're so excited. When you told me,
I was like, I don't care if I'm depressed today, or I'm not depressed, but my little dog situation. So I was like, I'm gonna go do this because it's for God, and God's trying to show me something. And through the photo shoot,
thank you.
It was just beautiful, and I felt I told you I forgot I was beautiful because I'm always working. So when she showed me the photos, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so pretty.
You are beautiful, girl. Okay, tell us one. I keep saying one more thing. Any statement you'd like to say about life, and then we'll wrap it up with that.
Just fall in love with Jesus. Put him first, and he'll put you first in everything.
Wonderful. Well, everyone, you heard it yourself from Johana Hernandez of Glaudi. We're so glad. It's an honor to be here with her today. Johana, thank you for being with us on the show.
Yes, thank you.
And for the interview with our magazine. We are in love with your work, but more than that, we're in love with you.
Thank you so
You're
much.
Welcome. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was a hug, by the way. Bye.
Bye.